Here's the difference in Colorado's last two matchups. UCLA and Oregon State, they weren't built to blow out Colorado. But what should scare Colorado fans in this matchup is Arizona is built to blow you out if you don't show up to play. They will embarrass you on your home field. I'm telling you, and I'm warning you right now. Here we go again. Another week and yet again another big-time top 25 matchup for Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes. And obviously it goes without being said, it's a big game in general and I'm excited for it because I love seeing this Colorado team play. I'm extremely invested in this team and program because of Deion Sanders. It's relatively simple. And also another reason why I enjoy watching them play is because they're just flat out entertaining. But whoa, hold on. Yesterday we made a video on the channel in which I titled it, Colorado Football Sucks. I'm sure some of you may have or may not have seen that video. I haven't even looked at the comment section, so let's take a look at some of the top comments because I'm extremely curious. I want to see what you guys say as well. We'll read off a couple of comments and then we'll do the preview and the prediction for this Arizona game. Hurricane Patriots got one of the top comments. He stated, Matt, I'm usually a pretty harsh critic of yours, but honestly in this video, I gotta say you're spot on. These Colorado fans are delusional. The ones that think that they are going to win 7 games this year, and I think he meant to put a period there. Let's be honest, after next year, I think Deion leaves because his sons will be gone and he'll go somewhere else. That is an interesting perspective and topic that we'll have to talk about a different day. Maybe in the future, does Deion leave? Who knows? But to Hurricane Patriot here, I do believe Shedeur Sanders will be returning next year, so I don't think Deion's leaving anytime soon. We got a lengthy comment here from 1KB Song, but let's see what he had to say. He normally leaves some pretty good comments. Guys, y'all can't be surprised. Look at who they beat. They played an A+ game and beat TCU, a bad Nebraska, and a group of 5 Colorado State, and then y'all thought they were legit. Okay, I'll stop you right there. I didn't think they were legit, but maybe some about everybody else. The whole time, real football knowers knew the Pac-12 was a tough conference and they were going to have troubles. Colorado's not getting worse. They've been a bad team, and that's okay. Enjoy the fun y'all had, but it's going to take a minute. The biggest thing was this whole thing should have never been as televised and pushed to the media as much as it was, and I completely agree. It unfairly raised expectations and may, or may not, I don't know, have gotten to the players' heads too much. Yeah, that's one of the better comments you're ever going to read and see, and I'm glad we read it. I tried telling people before the season and even after the big-time wins, Colorado's not that good of a football team, but people didn't want to listen. They're like, shut up, Matt, we're 2-0, now we're 3-0, shut up. Look, man, I was never trying to discredit the wins. It was more so of I was just warning you that you play in the Pac-12. Pac-12 is arguably the second best conference this year. Some would say they're better than the SEC, but I can't do that, man. You got to put some respect on the SEC. Top to bottom, though, I'll give you second best. Let's read off this comment, though. It's coming from a Colorado fan. Pile on, Matt. It's okay. Real Bus fans, those who actually knew Colorado football team and could find Boulder on a map before Deion was hired, knew how huge was this undertaking. Does that not sound weird, or am I reading that wrong? I don't know. We bought into hope, whereas most, and including even you to a small degree, bought into the hype, and I'd agree with that. Yes, to a small degree, I did buy into the hype. You're right. Nobody knew how good the Pac-12 would be this year or how determined they would be to beat Colorado down. I'm as excited as I was when Deion was hired, and no results will follow. You see right there, that is what I like to label, what was he using? Yeah, Marshall Sanders. Not just a great Colorado fan, but a great college football fan. I greatly appreciate fans like Marshall here because he understands it. He's looking at the bigger picture, whereas most people ain't. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. Just because I'm stating that this year this Colorado football team sucks, that doesn't mean you shouldn't be hyped for the future. No. I'm still high as ever on Deion Sanders. I told you in the offseason, this is a 3 to 4 or 5 year rebuild. You have to look at it from a long-term perspective, and I get it. It's not fun. Everybody's impatient. You want to win now, but it just wasn't going to happen at a 1-11 program and team. I would love to sit up here and read off all these comments, but we got to get to this preview and prediction. One more comment here. In that video, I stated that my conspiracy theory is, maybe, just maybe, this offensive line, they got some, I wouldn't say beef, or maybe I did say that, but they got some bad blood towards, Shedeur Sanders. And let me emphasize this, I'm labeling it as a conspiracy theory for a reason. I think it's far-fetched. But maybe, and just maybe, this offensive line is jealous of all this attention and all this money. Remember, guys, Shedeur Sanders is making millions and millions of dollars. He's in all these commercials. Maybe some of these offensive linemen, they're jealous. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you should know this. These are kids. Kids get jealous of one another. It's a different ball game in college than the NFL, because in the NFL, yeah, all the offensive linemen, they're making money too. But at the collegiate level right now, these offensive linemen, they're not making money, and meanwhile, their quarterback's making millions of dollars. Why do I bring that up? Because there's no incentive to protect him. There's some envious and jealousy towards him. And yet again, that is a conspiracy theory I've had behind all of this. But coming back down to reality, they probably just suck, and that's all there is to it. Anyways, here's what this person had to say about that in the comment section. I agree with your conspiracy, Matt, because I thought the same thing. The O-line cannot like their quarterback. I think that they have given up. Coach publicly said he was looking for better players, and that also plays into it because Coach Prime already said and stated to the public, oh yeah, we're replacing the O-line, which I thought was a terrible look on him. You can bash your players to your assistant coaches, do it behind the scenes, but do not bash them to the media. That is the definition of kicking a man when he's down. I thought that was one of the worst things Deion Sanders has done ever in his tenure of coaching football. I hope he doesn't do that again, and thank you all for the amazing comments. I wish I could read off more because I just love seeing your guys' insight and perspective, but we got to get a move on to the Arizona game. Where is this game at? Is it at Colorado? I don't know, and before I check, I would assume Arizona, they're now 6-3, they're in the top 25. I would assume that Arizona is probably a 9-point favorite. Let's pull it up, shall we? Hold up. Okay, got it right here. Arizona is, okay, I was close, a 10.5-point favorite on the road. It is at Colorado. We do got a weird kickoff time, 1 p.m. Central. I am Central time zone, so anytime I say the kickoff times, it applies for me. 1 p.m., so I do believe that'd be 11 a.m. for Colorado time. Really odd to see a 1 p.m. kickoff time, but regardless, I'm excited for the game. And first things first, before I even get going, I gotta give a major shout out to all the Arizona fans. I've been seeing the Arizona fans in the comment section, and that's been a pleasure to see. I didn't know they had that many football fans, so if you're an Arizona fan, leave a comment. I want to see you. And if you've been watching the channel for the past, probably 4 to 5 weeks, I've been telling everybody, hey, I know they got 3 losses, but watch out for this Arizona team. They're sneaky good. And ever since about 4 to 5 weeks ago, all they've done is just continue to win and win and win and win and win. And now it seems like they're finally getting that national love I feel like they've been deserving of. And I can't emphasize this enough to my Colorado fans. You're going to look at Arizona and say, oh, well, they got 3 losses, but here's what those 3 losses ain't telling you. All 3 of those losses were by 7 points or fewer, and they had a great shot of winning all those games. They lost to Washington by a touchdown, and they lost to USC, and I'm sure many of you saw this, in triple overtime. Arizona was a 2-point conversion away from beating USC. To go on top of that, they also lost another overtime game this year to Mississippi State. Let's not even count the Washington game. Just take a look at the 2 overtime games. They're 2 or 3 plays away from being 8-1 and probably in the top 10. And that's even with the Washington loss. It's crazy, man. They're beyond underrated. And you want to know what makes this Arizona team so good? Their freshman, yeah, that's right, you heard me correctly. Their freshman quarterback, Noah Fafita. Say that 3 times. Fafita, Fafita, Fafita. Well, it ain't that hard. I thought it'd be hard. But you get my point. Noah Fafita, remember the name. This kid can play, man. He can play. I love me some Shedeur Sanders, but I can't wait to see Fafita in this matchup. And I want to let this be known right now. Arizona and their freshman quarterback, Noah Fafita, if Colorado doesn't show up to play, they will blow you out. Here's the difference in Colorado's last 2 matchups. UCLA and Oregon State, they weren't built to blow out Colorado. But what should scare Colorado fans in this matchup is Arizona is built to blow you out if you don't show up to play. They will embarrass you on your home field. I'm telling you, and I'm warning you right now. And I can promise you this, Arizona, they're going to show up to play and they're going to be ready. Arizona won't be sleeping on Colorado. I can guarantee you that, because unfortunately for this Colorado football team, nobody's going to sleep on you because of all this media hype you've gained in the past couple of months. There's a target on Colorado's back. Everybody takes them serious. You know why they take it serious? Because they don't want to see all the antics that Deion Sanders and Shedeur Sanders is going to do after the game. The last thing any of these teams want is Shedeur Sanders flexing his $50,000 watch on them. So with that being said, Colorado, you better play your A game because Arizona's bringing theirs. And guess what, Colorado fans? I got some real bad news for you. 2 weeks ago, you remember you played UCLA and they beat your eyes in and you won the turnover margin by 4? That's unheard of. You lost the game. You pretty much got dominated. And you won the turnover battle by 4. I ain't never seen anything like that. That was crazy. But anyways, the point is, UCLA dominated you. And last week, Arizona dominated UCLA. Arizona wound up beating UCLA 27-10. And take a look at this. Fafita was unreal. 25 for 32, 300 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and a QBR of 93.7. Doesn't get too much better than that. And if Noah Fafita could do that against that really solid UCLA defense, I just wonder what he's going to do against this Colorado defense. Shoot, man, is it crazy of me to say that Fafita might throw for 400? I don't know. I feel like we can mark it down right now. He's going to get at bare minimum 275. And oh yeah, you might as well take a look at this. Arizona, blew out Washington State on their home field 44-6. Remember, this was a Washington State team at one point in time who was ranked inside the top 15. They're not terrible by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you Washington State's good because they've sort of fell off, but beating them by 38 on their home field, that right there is what could happen in Colorado if they don't show up. Arizona can score, man. They can score. Now, on the flip side, their defense, not the best. They're going to give up some points, but they're also going to make some plays. But for me, at least, I don't think the X factor is Shedeur Sanders. Not even close. It's the offensive line. I know what Shedeur Sanders can do and will do if he has time. He's going to play great. On the contrary, if the O-line doesn't give him time, he doesn't even have an opportunity to play great. You can have Tom Brady back there. If he doesn't have time to throw and he's getting hit 25 times a game, he's not going to look good back there. It's going to come down to this. Can the Colorado offensive line step up and give Shedeur some time? Because Arizona's going to get theirs. Trust me, at bare minimum, they're putting up 30 points in this ballgame. That Colorado defense is the worst defense in the country. Yet again, that's not my opinion. That is a cold, hard fact. You can look it up. They are the worst defense in the country, and Arizona has a, I'd say, top 15 offense in the country. But man, the way the offense has looked and how much they've struggled recently, can Colorado even score more than 24 points in this game? I don't know, man. I really don't. And I think you'd be somewhat delusional to even consider, not just pick them, but to even consider picking Colorado in this game based off of what they did last week and the week before. There is nothing about this Colorado football team that looks good right now. The defense is trash, we know that, but now the offense looks trash. I think it's as simple as this. Arizona is a better team, and I think Fafita is going to go into Colorado Stadium and light them up. I wouldn't be shocked if Arizona gets in the 40s, but I'm going to keep their score in the 30s. I'm going to say Arizona, 35, Colorado, I want to say 20, but I'm going to go lower. I'll say 17. I still think the Colorado offense is going to struggle against this Arizona defense. So there you have it once again. Arizona 35, Colorado 17. Arizona wins convincingly. This game will not be in doubt. I would be beyond shocked if Colorado went out here and won this game. I really would. And to go on top of that, I didn't even bring this up, but I'll just talk about it now. You have two different football teams. Arizona currently is riding on the highest of highs, and Colorado is on the lowest of lows. And if you don't think that plays into this game, you've lost your mind. Momentum, not just in the games themselves, but heading into games, it's a real thing. Arizona, all the momentum in the world. Colorado, on a scale of 1 to 100, 0 or 1 being no momentum, they're at pretty much a 1. I personally feel like, and I'm getting the sense that this Colorado football team has given up. It's a shame they've given up, but that's what starts to happen when you lose games. I'm curious, though. Let me know your thoughts down below about that.